It is 8:20 Central African time. Welcome back to it. This Sunday for Legends. We are proudly celebrating Harmonie Katulondi, who is a South African media personality, television presenter, creative producer, and fashion influence figure known for his work in lifestyle and faith-based media. Harmonie was born in the DRC and moved to South Africa at the age of 2. He grew up immersed in Congolese culture and Christian community life. Television presenter Harmonie gained a prominence when he won the presenter search on 3 competition on SABC 3, which led him to become a presenter on the popular lifestyle show Top Billing. Imagine that. Host and producer after Top Billing, he branched into other TV projects, including hosting his own show, The Taste Master, and now producing and presenting a faith-based show called Living Life Loud on Trace Gospel. Harmonie! Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm amazing. It's
What?
a beautiful Sunday morning.
Right.
1st of February.
Right.
Month of love.
Right.
We're about to do some beautiful things, ain't it?
Finally, someone who understands what I'm talking about. I walked in here so excited. I was like, guys, first of all, January had us on the floor. But, February is a month that is dedicated to love. Like, imagine a whole month where we're all just in the spirit of spreading love.
Yeah.
Surely, if we're going to think from a capitalist point of view, I think it's good capitalism,
I mean, capitalists are going to take advantage of every opportunity, but it doesn't mean that we should stay away from actually celebrating love. We should be loving people every single day, but to have a month dedicated to being like, guys, just loving each other.
Yeah.
I'm about to get married and love your person, but just share love, share love, be kind, be patient, be loving.
Of course. And I think what's important here is you, in particular, the work that you've done over time and winning that presenter search. What is kind of the goal, entering a competition like the presenter search on 3?
To be honest, I grew up watching Top Billing, like a lot of people, and it was weird. I had to just break it down in my mind. I didn't see Top Billing as a job. It's interesting. It's like, because you kind of have the idea of a job being something that people don't like doing. You have to do it to make money, to make a living. But Top Billing was like, people were having fun. They were enjoying what they were doing. They were exploring. They were meeting new people. And that's the kind of person I am. I meet new people all the time. I'm constantly traveling. I trying new foods, new places, hotels, restaurants, and I love that. And Top Billing was just like, it's a perfect fit for my life. And so when I actually entered 3 times.
That's a charm. So.
Yeah, the first 2 times I entered, and I actually thank God that I didn't make it at that time. One, because a friend of mine made it, Simba.
Nice.
We went to the same church. We weren't super acquainted, but it was someone that I knew, a good guy, amazing individual, and he won it. And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, if I don't win it, at least someone there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then the second time I did it, I didn't win either. But when I look back, I'm like, they call media personalities, but you have to develop a personality. You have to develop a solid character. Otherwise, when you get into the media space, when you get into different areas of your life, you'll be wishy-washy, pulled left, right.
Or monotonous. So it's the same person showing up as the same thing all the time.
And you'll probably be copying someone else. You'll be sounding like somebody else, So not winning gave me the opportunity to develop myself and my sound and my character. And I actually wasn't going back to the presenter search anymore. I was like, you know what, maybe God is telling me to go try something else.
Yeah.
I'd written shows. I started writing shows. Wrote a short film with friends of mine, and it won a SAFTA. And just doing great things. Like, God just allowed me to do great things where it was like, you're not leaning on that. It's something that would be great to have. The presenter search, winning the presenter search, and winning Top Billing would be great to have. But it's not like you're all, And then a friend of mine was like, hey, the presenter search is coming back. Are you going? I'm like, nah, I'm cool now. And she was like, no, please come with me, because, you've done this before. You've done it twice before, and I don't know what the processes are and whatever. I was saying, no, I don't. I'm not going to. Eventually, she convinced me, and I went, and we had so much fun. But after almost 7 hours of standing in a line in the queue, I finally got to the front, and they're like, dude, you've been here the whole time, so you might as well audition.
Yeah.
So I auditioned, and then, you know, next step, and all of a sudden, yeah, I find myself top 10 and then being one of the winners. So that was just an extraordinary experience. Yeah, making good friends and just, yeah, a beautiful journey.
You know, I could relate to 100 degrees about it not being a job, because that's literally what I feel being here. If I'm going to break fourth wall, like, this is literally how I feel about being here. I'm just like, guys, I just get to yap for 3 hours. I need us to be serious. You know, there's hard ways of making money. Okay, I come from the corporate background, so I know the hard way of making. But this one, let's be honest, folks, let's be honest. And you know, I think you said something very important, which I don't think we speak a lot about. It's developing that personality, and even the way that we're speaking now. We've got our presenter hats on. Like, both of us are in that mode. Yes, you know, the voice is a little bit deeper. We're sounding out each word,
articulating, and
But the moment we walk out of here, it's like, hey, sure. Hey, you know? But how important is it? And I'm asking this is particularly for the young people, because they're walking into this industry thinking that you have to emulate certain people. I did the same mistake with the likes of Bonang. I'm obsessed with her. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm also dark skinned. I'm also tall. I also have a bit of a deep voice. I think I can follow in her direction. And my head face flat. So how important is it? And what does that process look like of developing your personality for the media, you know, especially stepping into a space like this where it is highly competitive?
Firstly, you know, it's about developing your character, and it's not just for media, it's for life. You know, no matter which industry you're in, you have to have a particular character and identity that's rooted in something strong, something solid. For me, it's rooted in God, strong, solid foundation where you're not wavering. You know what your morals are, you know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. And you learn that before you get thrown into the deep end, because you can't be figuring things out. You know, otherwise you'll just take everything. You know, so you have to have your foundation. You have to have a solid identity that's rooted in something bigger than just, you know, which soccer team you like, or, you know, it has to be something rooted in something deeper. And it is important to find that before you get into now we're talking media, but before you get into the media space, because then you stand for something, you know, and you have a goal and a vision as to where you're going. And sometimes it may not always be easy, because you'll be like, people are probably listening and they're like, how do I even get there? I always say, think of the kind of individual that you want to be. You know, I want to be a person that's patient. I want to be a person that's driven. I want to be a person that's disciplined. And it's not bad to like someone like Bonang. I've met Bonang or I've interacted with her a couple of times. She's a really cool person, but she's also very disciplined. You know, and sometimes when people are disciplined, you might take that as like, oh no, it's diva, she doesn't want to do this, no, she's just disciplined. She knows what she's not willing to do. She knows what she's willing to do. You know, and so don't waste her time. You know what I'm saying? And so even when you see someone like that, someone Dangote, Elon Musk, or whoever it is that you admire, take the attributes that you like from them. Leave the ones you don't. Take the ones you like. Okay, this person is disciplined. This person always shows up. You know, I want to be a person that always shows up, who's excellent, who is driven, and then you start emulating your life towards that. You know, I'm a praying man, so I'm like, pray to God and ask God, what strategies do I put in place to become that individual? How do I become that individual? And every day you move towards being that individual. You ask yourself, would future Harmonie do this? Would he wake up late? You know, would he show up late to an interview? What does that say about you? You know what I'm saying? And then you start moving towards that person. And the more you move towards that person, the closer you get to being that person. And then you have to be honest with yourself. Figure out, where am I right now? You know, what are the things that I'm lying to myself about? People lie to people a lot of the times. You can lie to other people, but you shouldn't be lying to yourself. You know, be honest. Am I a person who is impatient? and then I sugarcoat it as something else. No, I don't want to know. You're impatient. No, you're rude. Tell the truth. Tell yourself the truth. If you're rude, you're rude. Work towards being kinder. You know what I'm saying? Work towards being a better individual that adds value to life, that adds value to the spaces that you walk into. When you walk into a place, people should be like, I'm happy that this person is here. You know, I'm blessed that this person is here. When you leave a space, people should be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this person is gone. I'm looking forward to the next time they join us. You know, so it's important to have that identity and that character before you get into a space like media.
So in your experience in presenting, I think we experience a lot of beautiful moments. I must be honest. They're meeting people every day. They impart amazing things, and they're like, what? I really needed to hear that, you know?
Yeah.
But what is that one moment where you're like, you see here, I made it, Oaks. What is some of the highlights of your career that kind of made you feel like that? Because even success, it's such a subjective, topic. Someone would say, just me even having a radio interview is successful. Like I'm super successful. Or someone living the life that they intended to live, which is a very simple life. That's, success it's not necessarily something we can paint as the same thing for everyone. And it doesn't necessarily always mean money as well. What are some of your points where you're like, you know what?
For me, success is doing that which you were purposed to do. So if let me use a simple example, a fork or a knife. A knife was created to cut things. You can use a knife as a screwdriver. When you can't find, you can use it as a screwdriver, and it'll be. Some people will say, "Oh, it's successful in unscrewing or screwing things together," but that's not what it was created for.
Ooh.
So if it's great in doing something it was not created for, it's not really being successful. In its purpose, in its core purpose. So. The reason why I put that down is because there are goals and then there's success. Success is a continuous thing, because you reach goals and then you go for the bigger goal. Otherwise, you're in trouble of, you reach your goal, then you sit there, you start asking what's going on. Like, what does I do next? And you start getting yourself into trouble. But to answer your question, some of the things that have made me feel like, wow, I have made it. I did a shoot where I'm not too sure. I think it was the Dubai government in collaboration with Emirates took me to Dubai with top billing. My goodness! First of all, guys, first class is not only there's first class. Then there's what is that? Oh man, I feel like I'm not doing Emirates justice, man. But I don't know what
is it.
There's
like
a
first
level.
Class premium
There's a premium level. Like it's on another level. Like
Are
it
you
is
serious?
the lounge, the way you experience that. Just arriving at the lounge, and then you're in the plane. There's a different menu. Like it's and then the way you get treated. I always tell people you can have money. There's money, and then there's access. And top billing gives you access because there's certain things money cannot buy. The way I was treated on that flight, I get off the flight. People come fetch me. Everybody else waits. They come fetch me in the plane. I get off. They walk with me. They're like, don't worry about your bags. We've got your bags and everything. There's a car waiting for me. I just go through customs was quick. There's someone with me. Stamp everything, whatever. They already know who I am. Greet me by name. We go into the car. Actually, there's a connection from. Oh man, I don't even know. But anyway, one of the things that I did. I don't know if you guys know Palm Atlantis.
I mean,
shout out to Saul Kersner. Like what Sun City is amazing. Palm is amazing. They shut down Palm for me to have fun. I was the only one there. I think for a good 3 hours. Every single ride I get to enjoy by myself. Like it was incredible. I did almost I didn't do every single ride, but I did each ride 3 times, so that the cameraman can get it from the top, GoPro through the ride, and then catching me from the other side. It was insane fun. Then you get to experience the restaurants, like chefs are there cooking for you, you know. Then going to different that experience for me was just like, it was amazing. Like it was, yeah. I at that point I was like, yeah, no, I think I think we made it. But I think another experience that I had was recently. I've been working with the African Union,
yes, and
doing panel discussions, hosted one of their youth symposiums, and I'm in the lounge, and they brought me to the lounge, and I'm sitting in the lounge, and I struck up a conversation with this incredible gentleman, and we're just having a nice conversation, and it's really cool. And then it's time to start. I go and I do what I'm there for. I'm emceeing. I welcome everyone, and on my list there's a list of delegates, and I'm going through the list, and I'm like, oh, His Excellency, this, that, and then the speaker that's supposed to come up, I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former Vice President. And then I see, it's the guy I was speaking to, in the room. A part of me at first was like, man, I should have researched.
I probably would have been a good idea,
It's like, okay, you should have researched who this person was. But there was a change of thing. The person who was supposed to speak didn't come, so they had put the Vice President. So, and then I'm like, I've been sitting and chatting to a vice president, and it's just like, you don't know the rooms that God is putting you into, It's like, that's why I'm saying that character thing needs to happen before you get into the space, because you need to be a good person all the time.
Ooh.
It's not a good person. You know how you were saying on when the mic goes on, then you become this good morning and a very warm welcome. You don't put on that thing. You have to be that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be that good individual. You have to have that character all the time for you as an individual. It's not that you don't tell people, oh no, I only respect you if you earn respect. No, it's not about them earning respect. It's about you being a respectful person. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if I disrespected that individual and just being like, yeah, no, I'm a superstar. Me, I'm on TV or whatever. And
now I was in Dubai.
I was in Dubai.
They shut it down for me.
You know what I'm saying? I'm at your meeting shakes and stuff. and now this guy is a vice president.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's about you just being a not for other people, but just for yourself, just being a great person by your own merit.
Let's take a short break, because I still need to understand, I feel like the third time's the charm was so perfectly aligned in your life, because I don't think those experiences would have come in the 2 chances before that. And I think that's the beauty about life and God's timing, right? Is that we always think, oh no, it's a delay. It's like, no, dude, I'm trying to get you to Dubai. I can do what you want. Like, honestly, I'm grateful that I'm not God, because I'd get so frustrated with my humans and be like, can you shut up and sit down? I've got your back. We're going to take a short break, and the conversation continues after this. It is 8:39 Central African time.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mokoenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. 60 years of stories, sounds, and spirits. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Wake up with the Oasis.
It is 8:40 Central African time right here on the Oasis with me, Nsako Mhlanga. We have Harmonie Katulondi in studio, our legend for this Sunday. And it's the first Sunday of the month. So, look, I don't know. You can brag about that. That may be a highlight too. A little highlight.
You know what I'm saying?
So I feel like the culmination of your life and career is backed by the support that you receive. I mean, looking at you've spoken about God hundreds of times in this conversation, so I already know that the foundation is tight.
Yeah.
But even that, I feel like, is a great foundation on building family. You know, how do you balance the family orientated part? Because as much as we do meet a lot of people, we also meet a lot of like people, you know, and not everyone has the best intentions. So how do you remain grounded in that? Especially in media, we go to a lot of parties and we travel a lot. So it doesn't necessarily want to support the image and the lifestyle of a family.
Yeah. Family is always important. It really is important. I've been blessed to have an incredible family that's supportive, like any other family. We argue here and there, but there's always love. Like one of the beautiful things about my family is that we're able to put whatever differences we have aside to achieve whatever needs to be done. You know, and so when I was doing the presenter search, I think the first time my sister was with me, like those, I don't even remember how many hours I was in that queue, probably like 10 to 12 hours. Yeah, because you go through different rounds. And so my sister was with me the whole time, you know, and my mom was checking in on me here and there. And, you know, so just having that kind of support is really important. Even for mental health, like support really helps. Knowing that you've got people who've got your back is really such a blessing. Again, it goes back to that identity and that core values thing. If, you know, if you have certain morals and certain things that you're not willing to do, you should stand firm on those things. So when you go to a party, then your morals don't go out the window just because you're at a party. You know what I'm saying? You don't change. You don't become a different person just because you're at the party. You know, you have to remain grounded you have to remain true to who you are. For example, if you don't drink, don't all of a sudden start drinking at the party. You know what I'm saying? I really do believe in integrity. If you are married, don't all of a sudden now go with someone else at the party. You have a home. That stint happens there. But when you get back home, there's something bigger. You're building legacy. You're building a relationship that should last you till the end of your time on this earth. And so understand what is more valuable. What matters more, you know. Once you have that down, and you have your priorities right, then you're set for a better life. You know, in life you realize that many things are permissible, but not everything is beneficial. What that means is that many things are like good. It's nice, it's fun to do this or whatever, but it doesn't mean that it benefits you. You know, there's a lot of good and fun and whatever things to do, but there aren't a lot of things that benefit your future. There aren't a lot of things that will add value to where you're going in life and that purpose that we were talking about. Yeah.
You know, it's refreshing hearing a happily married man in success saying this. Like the media, I feel we are headed for doomsday in terms of families. I'm so serious. I was talking to my partner about this and I was like, you know, I'm so worried that already you can kind of feel societal standards like infiltrating the relationship, because now it's like, okay, Valentine's coming, so I need to literally buy a whole house and a car. And it's like, even a bouquet of flowers would be good. You know what I mean? Like, and I think men have become, you know, really at the receiving end of a double-edged sword. You know, we want you guys to be perfect and be everything we've ever wanted, but at the same time we also use our pain to kind of invalidate, you know, some of the bad things that we do as well. And I'm not saying we should put one against the other, but I'm just worried about, and especially the Nandi conversation kind of sparked this, you know, because I watched her, and for me, I just had a different perspective on what happened. I said, I thought that, you know what, she was just defending her family. Like, it's not necessarily black men in particular, but she's just saying, guys, our families are under attack right now. And it's because of those permissible things. It's because we go to those parties and we think, okay, one night in a hotel won't break my home. And it's like, yeah, it can. It actually can. And you have people who are coming out happily saying, you know, they dating married men and like literally owning these things. And and I know that Christianity plays a very big role, and your faith plays a very big role, but what are some of the things as well that ground you in this industry? Because what's happening on social media is it comes out in the media industry. I mean, there's some parties that I've missed on purpose where I'm like, you see, you sometimes, you avoid the lion's den. Sometimes you look at it and you see there's lions in there. Like, I'm go that way. You lions can be good over there. But I mean, how do you, and it must be tough. And I know it's, as a man, it's in this generation with social media, and it's not kind to families. It's not kind to you as men. So what are your thoughts on that?
I have many thoughts. I mean, firstly, yesterday I was giving a talk to some boys, because I really do feel it's important to have conversations with men, with boys who are going to turn into men, who are going to be called to be leaders in the society, who are going to be leading families, who are going to be leading companies, who are going to be leading communities and environments. And it is really important to almost share my experience, or you share your experience, but also just give them a view of the world. There's another view of the world. Because right now, our kids are being taught by social media. Back in the day, they used to say they're being taught by the TV. And now it's like the social media, the TV, the environment. It is really important for parents to spend time with their children and teach them good values and good morals. The Bible says, train your child in the way of the Lord, and when they grow up, it shall not depart from them. What that basically means is that if you teach your child good things, even when they grow up, in the back of their mind, it's going to stay there. They'll know that what I'm doing here
is wrong.
You know that what I'm doing is not, you may be going through a phase or whatever the case may be, but at a certain point, you know that this thing that I'm doing here may not be the best thing, and I want to be a better individual. I think a lot of people mask preferences. They mask the pain through preferences. So someone is hurt, and they've had a traumatic experience where they haven't really experienced love, and unconsciously think that they are not worthy to find someone of their own, and so they go marry a married person. They go date a married person. There's like traumas and things that speak to the choices that we currently are making. You do deserve your own person that loves you, that is for you, that is talented, that is gifted, that is life. You know what I'm saying? And you do deserve someone that's committed to you, that's not selling you dreams, because a lot of times that they're selling you dreams.
Of course.
But you feel like, let me just, because you don't want to wait. I think that when people are honest with themselves, they do the necessary work, they won't accept just anything. It's weird. We sometimes value our items, like our phones and things, more than we value our heart and we value ourselves. You put a screen protector, you put a cover around your phone. You don't give your phone to just anyone to touch and to access, but you give your heart and your body to anyone and everyone to access. You don't put a filter on your, you put a passcode on your phone, but you don't put a passcode to your heart.
Yes.
You're allowing everyone else to married, whatever, to play around with you, because for money, for access, for success. The world lies to us, and to make us value certain things that they're cool in the right context, but you should understand what is for you, what is beneficial for you, and you should have the certain values and structure in place in order for you to grow. Talking about the going to parties and stuff, I do go to parties. But I have an understand. My wife knows where I am all the time. She knows that I'm here. She even put up the poster. And even if she doesn't know where I am, she trusts that I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
We're planning a surprise for her.
Yeah. And also, I realize that in the world, we focus a lot on the big no-nos. Do not murder, do not whatever. But there's little, in Christian talk, we say sins. There are little sins and little shortfalls that catch you off guard, and you don't realize that they're damaging. Something like trust. if you break trust, it is so hard to get it back. And then trust starts to erode everything else. You know, if your partner doesn't trust you, then they become rude, and they, you know, they start doing funny things behind your back, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, and it filters and festers, and then it links to other things. Lack of trust also leads to lying, leads to it's just it's an unnecessary space that also erodes you of your peace, creates a lot of anxiety, creates depression, creates sickness. You know how a lot of cancers formed from like stress and depression and sickness. Yeah, it comes sickness and ultimately death. So something that may start as a small thing, I'm just having, can lead to a bigger issue in life. So kill it at its roots. Understand who you are, understand what you stand for, be honest about it. If you know it's wrong, you understand that I'm going through a season that you know, but let it be a season and not your whole lifestyle.
What's coming up in the next coming months? What can we look forward to? I don't think there's any rebuttal to that. And hearing it from a man, I think.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Just in case they ain't gone to church, we'll get some church today.
Right? What's coming up in the next coming months that we can look forward to?
Next coming months, I've got a show that's on right now, Living Life Loud on Trace Gospel. Really amazing show where we get to speak to amazing individuals. A couple of my friends that I've made in the industry that you'll be surprised how many amazing people are in the industry. Like, sorry, side note, there was a time when people were saying there was that whole men are trash movement, and I was speaking to I was a leader at the youth at that time, and one of these girls was really big on men are trash, and she was like, oh, I'm like, not all men are trash, you know. I mean, I think it's clear. I'm like, is your dad trash? She's like, yeah, no, he did whatever. And then she's like, where are all the good men? Because we don't see them, we don't hear from them. I'm like, the good men are at home loving their wives.
Quietly, like literally.
Yeah, the good men are doing what they need to be doing. They're in the studio producing the shows. They're doing what they need to be doing. When you're doing something right, you don't need to make too much noise about it. You know, the right people around you will experience it. They will see it. You don't see Dangote making too much noise. The right people, they're busy doing what they're busy with purpose. They're doing what they need to be doing. The empty vessels are the ones that are going to make noise, and if you're attracted to the noise, you'll find yourself in the noisy places, and you'll find yourself getting heartbroken and stuff like that. I'm saying that to say that there are a lot of individuals in the media space that are great people, like morals, like values are really amazing, and sometimes because they're cool, you might think that this one is a player. This one, you know, and a lot of people have even told me that you and I see you. I'm just like, this one.
But it's like, and the whole time,
that time I'm at church, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like, guys, what do you know? Like, I really don't live that life.
So there are a lot of great people, and with Living Life Loud, we get to interview a lot of just amazing people that I have met in the industry. A lot of my friends, a lot of the guys I grew up with in the industry, just amazing people. I don't want to start naming names because I'll go down a crazy list. But like, there are really great people. When you get to know them, you see, oh my God, this person is really, you know. So I've been privileged to have that. So Living Life Loud is out on Trace right now. I've got 2 more shows that are coming out, but that's you know, under NDA. So just Harmonie the one on social media, and you'll get to find out when they come out. But the big one that I'm pretty excited for, a lot of people probably know, Top Billing is back. So I'm excited for that. You know, I'm excited to meet people who are killing it in their space. And I've got a network called Ideal Africa that's coming out. So just keep an eye out for that. It's just connecting a lot of brilliant Africans in diaspora from around the world who want to invest in Africa, want to grow Africa, and also there's a preservation element to it, so festivals, dinners, and that kind of stuff. So
that's really exciting.
I'm excited about that.
That is really exciting, and we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for the golden nuggets you've dropped here. I mean, there's moments where I was just like, oh, well, my God, today. So much, and really like a lot of women, we have a lot of examples of, but I think guys from time to time just post, you know, that like the other young guys can see that, oh, there you guys are, you know, they're the good men.
But sorry, they're in marriage, you guys. So when you become one, you have to understand your partner, and don't put unnecessary pressure on them. When you put unnecessary pressure on someone, it's reflecting back on you, in the sense that you're showing the different areas that you are insecure about. Don't compare your partner to other people. Other people are doing this. Encourage your partner to be better. You also be better to a point where your partner is just like, no, I need to step up. This is my wife. I can't be playing games. I cannot be playing games. I need to step up. And then give grace. You know, not everyone has their time and their season to blow up. You know, inspire them, encourage them, help them where you can. Baby, have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? Flowers are great, but they die. You know, cars are great, but you crash them.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's a newer model tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But a future, you're building a legacy, you're building a future. Have that in mind when you choose a partner, and also when you're in a relationship and you're making decisions in your relationship.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was an absolute pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
It is 8:56 Central African time. Probably actually the perfect way to end off for the show and start the month of love, my favorite month ever, next to March, because that's my birthday month. I really appreciate people who come and plant and leave nuggets and such words of wisdom. So I'm really excited about what the month has in store for us. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Valentine's Day, of course, is going to be the best. I'm excited about that one in particular. But I'm really excited about just the world in general.